Welcome to the Deep Dive. We take stacks of sources, pull out the key insights, and get you informed fast.
Glad to be here.
Today, we're looking at something that's, well, it's woven itself into our lives almost without us noticing: artificial intelligence. It helps draft emails, picks our music. It's really everywhere. But it does raise a big question, doesn't it?
It certainly does.
Is all this convenience actually leading us down a dangerous path?
That's exactly what we need to unpack. And for this deep dive, we're drawing from a really interesting article. It's called The Pervasive Impact of Artificial Intelligence on Daily Life from the Infographics Show.
Okay.
And our goal today, really, is to look past the sci-fi villains, your HAL 9000s, Skynet, GLaDOS, the obviously evil AIs.
Right, the sentient ones.
Exactly. Instead, we want to focus on the real-world AI tools we have now. They aren't self-aware, but they are influencing society deeply.
Subtly.
And sometimes,
Yes.
concerningly.
Yes, sometimes in ways that are, frankly, quite concerning, even harmful. Okay, so let's start there. How did AI go from being, like, a simple helper to something so many people seem to depend on so quickly?
It feels sudden, right?
Yeah, it does, almost overnight.
Well, the speed of adoption is just staggering. Think about generative AI tools, ChatGPT, Google's Gemini, X's Grok.
The big names.
Yeah. They went from niche tech to being used everywhere in, under 3 years?
That's incredibly fast.
It is. Compared to, say, Facebook, took them 6 years to get 1 billion users. ChatGPT, 2 months.
Wow, 2 months.
So that speed means we haven't really had a chance to catch our breath, let alone fully grasp the implications before it's already here, embedded.
And there's this weird contradiction, too, isn't there? These things can create text, art, photos that look incredibly real, very convincing.
Remarkably so.
But because they get their info from the internet, which is, let's be honest, a mess.
A vast, unfiltered mess, yeah.
They're prone to getting things wrong. Biases creep in. So how do they end up amplifying misinformation so effectively? Is it just bad data?
It's more than just picking up errors. The AI packages the misinformation, maybe wraps it in this very plausible, authoritative-sounding voice. And it can do it at scale much faster than any human could. Remember, it's not thinking like we do. It's basically a superpowered predictive search engine.
Predictive search. How does that work?
It analyzes patterns, billions of them, and it predicts the next most likely word, or pixel, based on the prompt and its training data. It's not checking for truth.
So it's not having original thoughts, it's just remixing what's already out there online.
Precisely. Remixing existing content.
Which means it could accidentally plagiarize stuff.
It definitely can. Unintentionally.
And amplify the errors and biases that are already floating around, but make them sound official because, an AI said it.
Exactly right. And that leads to another big problem. The human element. We tend to overtrust the output.
Even when it's wrong.
Especially when it sounds confident. If the AI presents something clearly and assertively, people often just accept it.
Which is worrying for education, I'd imagine.
Hugely worrying for education, yeah. But also think about journalism or medical info or even legal advice people might try to get. Accuracy and critical thinking are vital there.
Yeah, absolutely. That makes me think about the effect on younger people. The source we looked at mentioned some troubling signs with Gen Alpha.
Yes, it did.
Like kids relying so much on AI for homework that put them in a test without a phone and they just freeze.
It's happening. They haven't developed those basic research or writing skills independently.
What does that mean long term, this kind of skill erosion?
Well, it's deeply concerning. If foundational problem-solving skills aren't there without AI, how will they handle truly new challenges? Where does innovation come from? And it's not just the very young. The article flags college students, even professionals, getting caught submitting AI work.
Seriously? What happens then?
Big trouble. Academic penalties, failing courses, getting fired, potentially even legal issues depending on the context.
So we might be creating a generation that's great at using AI prompts.
But maybe lacking in some core critical thinking abilities. That's the fear.
And this isn't just hitting schools, it's shaking up whole industries, right? Especially creative fields.
Oh, absolutely. It's a huge shift. You've got major players, Disney, Sony, Netflix, and smaller studios too, quietly using AI to cut costs.
How? Like, for what?
Production tasks, maybe script analysis, generating background assets. The article gives a really stark example. CoComelon.
The kids show.
Yeah. Apparently, they've replaced a significant number of human writers with AI tools.
Wow. Cocomelon, okay. That sends a ripple effect, doesn't it? Comics, animation, indie artists.
It does. Artists are facing a double whammy. They risk losing work to AI, and they face accusations of using AI themselves, even if their work is entirely human-made. It can devalue their skills.
People have compared this to past disruptions, like CGI coming in for hand-drawn animation. How is this AI situation different?
That's a really key distinction. With CGI, it was a new tool. Artists could learn the software, adapt their skills, use it for expression.
Right, it was additive in a way.
You could argue that, yeah. But AI, in many of these cases, isn't just a new tool for the artist. It's positioned more as a replacement of the artist, or at least the creative process itself.
So it's not just about learning a new skill.
Not always, no. For some roles, it feels more like an existential threat, not just a need to upskill.
Okay, switching gears a bit. Customer service is another area. And impersonation risks. We're hearing about AI voices now that sound, well, perfectly human.
Eerily so. Almost indistinguishable sometimes.
Which could mean replacing lots of call center workers, service reps.
That's definitely a potential outcome, yes. The tech is getting there rapidly.
But how do they get so good? How are they so convincing?
It's down to advanced machine learning trained on massive data sets of human speech. The AI learns everything: the pitch, the pauses, the rhythm, the little imperfections.
Even individual vocal tics.
Potentially, yes, which allows it to generate incredibly lifelike, specific voices. And that unlocks some really scary possibilities.
Like the grandparent scams 2.0 mentioned in the source.
Exactly that. Imagine getting a call. It sounds exactly like your grandchild.
Yeah.
Panicked, needing money wired immediately. How do you react in that moment? It's incredibly manipulative.
That is terrifying, truly. And it's not just audio, is it? The visual side, too?
No, the visual threat is just as serious. AI image generators creating fake photos, political attacks, defamatory images, you name it.
And they look completely real.
Often, yes.
Yeah.
Which makes debunking so much harder. Your gut reaction of that looks fake doesn't work anymore. Trust online erodes.
Yeah, how can you believe what you see? Okay, so let's talk jobs. Which ones are actually being replaced right now? The article mentioned repetitive, data-heavy roles.
Right. Things like data analysts doing routine reports, maybe some production assistant tasks involving sorting data or basic edits. Those are definitely vulnerable.
Are there less obvious ones? Jobs we wouldn't immediately think of?
I think roles involving repetitive judgment calls, even if they seem complex, maybe some aspects of content moderation, basic legal document review, certain types of financial data synthesis. And there's that hidden barrier, too. The AI resume filters.
Ah, yes. Tell me about those.
Companies use AI to scan thousands of applications. It can reject candidates based on keywords or patterns before a human ever sees their name.
So you might be perfectly qualified but get screened out by a bot.
It happens. It makes a tough job market even tougher, especially if you don't know how to optimize your resume for the algorithm. It's like a silent gatekeeper.
So it's direct replacement and these hidden hurdles. And while maybe fully replacing a teacher or a truly original artist is hard because AI still messes up.
Accuracy is still a big issue, yes.
Companies could still use AI to restructure or right size, basically cutting jobs permanently.
That seems very likely. Companies are always looking for efficiencies, and AI is a powerful tool for that. The human in the loop might become a much smaller loop.
Let's shift to the more personal side. Social impacts, mental health.
Yeah.
The source mentioned platforms like Character AI, where people form these parasocial relationships, one-sided bonds with AI bots.
Yes. It's like having a relationship with a fictional character, but interactive. People can develop genuine-seeming emotional connections.
And sometimes mistake them for real bonds.
That's the danger. It blurs lines. And what psychological needs is this tapping into, well, fundamental human needs, really. Connection, validation, being heard.
But the AI is just programmed to agree, right?
Often, yes. Which means someone can fall into an unhealthy dependency, get constant affirmation without any challenge. It can reinforce biases, maybe even harmful beliefs or conspiracy theories.
Because the bot just goes along with it.
Exactly. The source had some alarming examples. Bots giving dangerous advice like unsafe spells someone found.
Seriously?
Yes. And even cases where AI interactions seem to worsen mental illness by validating harmful thoughts instead of providing real help or perspective. It's unregulated influence.
That's really disturbing. Okay, one last major area the source touched on, which doesn't get as much airtime. The environment.
Right. The environmental footprint of AI.
These massive AI models need huge data centers, don't they?
enormous ones, and they consume staggering amounts of energy. Training just one large model can use as much electricity as, hundreds of homes for a year, sometimes more.
And water, too.
Yes, huge amounts of water for cooling these data centers. There are reports of impacts on local water supplies in some areas. It's a significant, often invisible cost.
So putting it all together, the article really emphasized this idea of the inevitability dilemma. Once tech like AI is out there, it's basically impossible to put the genie back in the bottle, to ban it.
It's incredibly difficult, bordering on impossible. Why? Because the potential benefits are huge in some areas.
Like medicine, science.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Medical diagnosis, drug discovery, climate modeling. The potential is immense. Plus, there's the global competition aspect. If one country slows down, others race ahead. And a lot of the core tech is becoming open source anyway.
So no one's going to hit the brakes globally.
It seems highly unlikely. The momentum is just too strong.
So the big conclusion is AI is going to keep weaving itself into everything.
It seems inevitable, yes.
And that's going to be great in some ways. Efficiencies, new discoveries.
Definitely beneficial applications.
But also potentially destructive in others, as we've discussed. And these early stages, while it's all shaking out, could cause a lot of unintended harm.
It's a powerful force, and we're still learning how to manage it. The early phases are often messy with new technologies.
Indeed. It really is a double-edged sword.
Very much so.
Which leads to a final thought for you, the listener. As AI becomes even more embedded in your world, what's your personal responsibility here? How much do you need to understand its limits, its impacts?
And crucially,
how do you make sure you keep your own critical thinking sharp when machines are doing more of the generating, the deciding, the filtering? How do you keep your mind engaged?